Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, my name is Alfatah, and in this video we are going to answering 9 questions regarding to the formulation stage and articulation stage. The first question is about what do you know about formulation stage and articulation stage? Formulation stage and syntactical knowledge. Okay. Formulation stage is the stage that happens after conceptualization stage, where human mind chooses the appropriate word that represent abstract concept in the conceptualization stage and combining structured sentence to make meaningful speech. While in the other side, syntactical knowledge refers to the knowledge that allow human to putting language together, that to convey abstract concept from their mind. The second question is what is the relationship between those two aspects? The relationship between formulation state and syntactical knowledge is cannot be separated, and it even can be said that formulation stage cannot happen without the presence of syntactical knowledge. The next question is the differences between five things is the lemmis, is the lemma, lexemis, word, vocabulary, and entry. Okay, there is a clear difference between those five aspects, and I'm gonna talk first one from the lemma. Okay, um, the lemma is refers to the abstract and conceptual aspect, representing the meaning or idea in the mind. Lexemy refers to concrete and practical, referring to the set of words, whether written or spoken, that we use to express the concept in communication, and can be formed into various forms. The words, the other hand, refers to one particular form that is used in speech or writing. And the difference between lexemes and words is kind of obvious. So the lexemes is can be reverted into a set of words like running. Run can be into various from like run, runs, running, run, and etc. So that is all called lexemes. But in the other side, on the other word, word is the only one. So run is different words, runs different words, running different words, and etc. Next one is vocabulary. Vocabulary refers to the collection of words in language that is known by person or other person. And the last is entry. Entry is information given to a word that consists of pronunciations, forms, definition, and usage. And these things is usually can be found in the dictionary. The next question is what did you know about grammatical encoding? Okay. Grammatical encoding is process of combining the determined lexemes into a series of sentences using the knowledge of grammar. Knowledge of grammars refers to the knowledge of forming sentence from personal experience. And in this case, there are two interrelated processes, namely functional process. Functional process, it refers to decision taken that to give role to lexemes. For example, when someone see a man close the door after conceptualization stage, the man give role to each aspect he see, such as the man as the subject, close as verb, and door as object. The other aspect is positional process. It refers to decisions to determine the appropriate grammatical patterns to selected lexemes, or in simple terms, we give the aspect of sentence type from grammar. For example, we can give the simple past tense to the so it can be formed into man close the door, or we can form it into simple continuous tense. So the sentence will be a man closing the door, or a man is closing the door, or etc. And the next question is what did you know about articulation stage and phonological knowledge? Okay. Articulation stage refers to the act of pronouncing concepts that produce clear and effective speech, while phonological knowledge refers to a knowledge that allow human to construct sentence from concept in our mind, and also with a proper speech sounds. The next thing is same with the previous question is what is the relationships between these two things? Okay, and this is also the same. The relationship between these two things is cannot be separate and cannot be separate. Articulation is process of giving sound to the concept from our mind, while phonological knowledge is the one that allow human to do that process. So it can be said that articulation cannot exist without the presence of phonological knowledge. The next question is what is phonological rules and what are the characteristic? Okay. So the phonological rules refers to the instruction in linguistics that describe how phonemes are organized in language. And it has some characteristics such as the first one it is intuitive, where if someone make a sound that is not in line with the phonological rules, then it will sound strange. The next characteristic is it is unconscious, where these rules are obtained not in explicit teaching or not in explicit way, but we obtain it naturally. The next characteristic is it is specific. One phonological rules is different to another language, so it is impossible for not impossible, but it is rare for one phonological rules to from one language is same with the next language with the other language. The next characteristic is it is productive, where the rule is applied universally, even to the new words. And we move on to the next question. What did I know about the phonological encoding? Okay. Phonological encoding refers to a process which human mind give a sound to lexeme after going through process. Let's say after we got the lexeme about bank, human mind give the sound to it that can be written as a bank. Maybe you can search it up. And the last question is in us a whole or as a process, what how can I describe the language process, the language production? Okay. In conclusion, language production starts from conceptualization stage. And to make it easy, we are going to use the example of we see a man close the door or a door. It all starts when we are looking at the man close the door and we want to tell our friends. First thing happen is we presenting a concept of man close the door in our mind. And then we highlight the importance fact about the situation, which is the man close and door. Then we move to formulation stage where we give each of those aspects a role. Man as a subject, close as verb and door as object. Then we forming a sentence using grammatical rule which will be a man closing a door. After that we go to the articulation stage where we give a meaningful speech sound to the sentence before pronounce it to our friend. And maybe that's all from me. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.